Welcome back, people of Wraith. As always, I have for you guys non financial advice, market watch. Before we jump into it, the winners have been selected. You can go and see the fun wheel spin thingy over at Blue Sky because I don't really think I should be uploading them to YouTube, but they are on Blue Sky if you're interested. And I have DM'd the winners, so check your messages. And before we jump into it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to Worlds? I'm really happy that it's going to be in the US this year. So I'll probably be there. But let me know in the comments. Are you going to Worlds or are you going to skip out this time? Alright. Marvel Jarl. Mastery Pack Guardian. Such an interesting set to me. The closest thing we have to it is Bright Lights. But these sets that really focus on one class usually don't do that well. But there's a lot of chase cards as basically no one's really opening it. We have one listing for a Marble Jarl for 3,000. I think this is just a unrealistic price. Looks like it's actually closer to 600. So if you have a Jarl Marvel and you want to sell it, maybe you can put it up here for 700, something like that. Set a new market price. I don't think this will sell, not even in like 10 years. So yeah. Marvel Jarl, pretty rare. Testament of Valhalla Marvel, another Mastery Guardian pack. No listings. Looks like the Marvels have been selling close to 400 pretty much. Yeah, kind of crazy. I don't even think this is like really a good card, but the Marvel does look amazing. But zero listings. Go ahead and list it if you want. If you want to sell your Marvel, if you have any. The regular Rainbow Foil Legendary is about 70, slowly going to 80. I don't even know if this is like the shield that Valda wants to use, but I haven't seen many Valda deck lists in a long time. But this is pretty powerful. Hopefully this will go down. But I could just see it stick around here too. There's so much little value in this box that these like top end cards I think are gonna stay pretty expensive. I wonder if LSS will ever think about reprinting them. If they do reprint them, I think maybe in like 2 years or something would be something that they could look into. The Valda Marvel, I don't think many people play her. It's only 3 listings. Looks like she's been selling for close to 200, but now she's pretty much 280 and then 300. Yeah, I don't see her selling for this much. I mean, the art looks amazing, but this is a lot for a hero that sees very little play. Late line of the old ones, another one. It's just super inflated, the prices for these marbles. Let's look at the actual sold listings. Okay, that's kind of crazy. We have one sold for 545, 355. This is essentially 440. So, yeah, I guess 380 and pretty much close to 400 is not that bad, but I don't think I would ever pay that much for this marble, as amazing as it looks. And it is pretty good. I just I don't think the price is like justifiable. This is like a fabled, like looking like an Eye of Ophidia price range, but this is strictly only for Guardians, and its effect isn't that crazy either. I would skip out on this if you have extras, Marvels. I would try to sell it. I mean, it's pretty high right now. Blade Beckoner helm, as well as all the Blade Beckoner equipment, not just the cold foils, but even the non foils have gone cuckoo bananas. It's crazy out here. Essentially $5 for a non-foil copy of the helm, and cold foils are about 17, 18. Guys, never buy this for this expensive, outrageous price. It's just a rare from Haunted. I think we have to wait till the next set comes out. I think there's going to be a lot of equipment dropping for Silver Age. And I think these Blade Beckoner equipment, not saying they'll become obsolete, but I am saying there's going to be other options for your head, arms, and legs. The boots, same thing, basically $5. Cold foils, pretty much close to 20. Gauntlets, essentially $3 to $4. Cold foils a little bit lower, about, well, you got two here for 13, 14, and then it shoots up to 25. If you didn't get yours while they were cheap, I don't think it's worth getting them. I think just hold out. Sage isn't an official format yet. I mean, I think after like the event in Seattle, that'll be the first time we see it, but I think Pen, the new set, is going to bring a lot of good equipment, and I think it's going to rival a lot of these Blade Beckoner ones. Because this is supposed to be a cheap format. It's kind of crazy that buying your Blade Beckoners is going to run you like $13 for just equipment. That's not what Silver Age is about, so definitely avoid buying those for now. The Blade Beckoner plating is super cheap for the non-foils, and the cold foils, I believe, are pretty low too. Yeah, about 7 to 10. But this is probably the worst one of all the Blade Beckoners, as where a lot of people are using their chests for resources. So I don't think this is going to see a lot of play. Definitely the worst one. Definitely avoid buying this. Auto the Dragon scale. If you've been keeping up with Syndra, this has been one of the best 1 for 5 finishers. You can destroy Storm Striders, Savage Sash, Flick Knives. This is such a powerful card. The EA is pretty low for super strong majestic. It's about $6, slowly going to 7 and 10. But Syndra is climbing LL pretty fast. She should be here for a few months, but Syndra's definitely gonna LL soon enough. She's been running super hot. She's been doing really good at all the past events, locally and even big. Now, Fi can still run this. Fi, of course, doesn't generate as much fealty as Syndra does. And I'm not sure if the 1 for 5 finisher works with his cost curve. I think he usually wants to do like a 1 for 4 go again with like a sword and end on a lava burst. So this is a little weird. If you want to pick it up, have your Syndra deck swacked out. Definitely a good choice. But I don't know how much this will see play once Syndra LLs. I don't know if I will use it. So that's why this is not financial advice. That's why you make your own decisions. But this does look amazing. I was tempted to pick it up, and I just ultimately decided not to. Trot along EA. Right now, only 4 listings on the market. Looking like it's about 32, then 50, then 70. So the price is all over the place. It looks like a pretty consistent price range. It was close to 40, anywhere from 35 to 40. This is pretty rare, and I don't think they're doing the learn to play promos for these trial alongs anymore. So it's tough. I can't recommend buying these. These are pretty expensive, but they are pretty rare. On the other hand, we have the regular trial alongs, rainbow foils. I do think this is a good buy. I mean, we're gonna look at a couple other generics and a few more like common and rare cards that, since they're seeing a lot of play, their price is surprisingly high. So trial along rainbow foil. I think if you can get yours, if you care about this card, this is definitely better than getting the EA. And I think this will definitely go up over time. Cut from the same cloth, another haunted card. I think Marionette is seeing a ton of play with this. I think even Fang has played this before. But this is like a $7 to $8 rare for the foil, which is pretty crazy. I didn't expect this to be so high, but yeah, very few listings, only 6 listings here. So go look through your bulk. It's pretty good for a haunted bulk card. Sound the alarm. It's not as expensive, but for the rainbow foils, a little under $1. I do think this card has the potential to go up like crazy. It's another generic. It's great against decks that play a lot of attack reactions. 1 for 5. Pretty cheap right now. I would definitely get my playset if I care about foil cards and foil generics. Imperial Seal of Command. I have not been sold on this card. Some Syndra lists have run it. You know, a lot of heroes are starting to run the Royal Hat, so they can run this and get like the additional effect. I'm not crazy about this. The foils are about $3 to $4. Something I thought was interesting. I wouldn't spend any money on this, but definitely thought I was interested. Another haunted card. Arcane Polarity. kind of sold out. We have three listings, pretty much $7, $8, $9. Yeah, it looks like they've been selling for anywhere from 4 to 7. I think this card has a lot of Silver Age hype. I don't really see another reason for it to go up. Even the regular non-foils are essentially $3 card now, so could just be Silver Age hype. If I'm missing anything, let me know in the comments. Why is this card going completely crazy? I just think it's Silver Age. Summer's Fall Red, a staple for the Earth Heroes. For don't know if Verdance is running this right now, but Florian and some Verdants probably in some point have run this. Being able to remove auras can be super powerful. Sometimes you just get away a token aura, but sometimes you take away something crazy like a Channel Lightning Valley, Channel Mount Heroic, just all crazy types of auras. Pretty much the rainbow foils have gone to $4, slowly going to 5. And I think the non-foils are readily available. It's just the foils that have kind of been spiking. Malefic Incantation, yellow, another Rosetta card. LL Viscera is definitely playing this. It's about $3 to $4. Guys, go look through your bulk from Rosetta, Haunted. There's some nice chunk of change there if you have it, especially in the foils. The foils are usually, I have a whole pile of just foils that I keep separated from all my other bulk. So definitely go and check out your foils. You might have a couple dollars in there that you weren't expecting. Truce, a Majestic from Rosetta, another nice generic. The rainbow foils on the first page, a little under $8, and we're going a little over. I think this card is really good in certain defensive decks. Being able to play this on turn one is huge. Sometimes playing this as your 1-2 card play, as your one play is kind of bad. You're using two cards to not really get anything. But doing this turn one, super beneficial to you. It's a blue block 3, so it also has that versatility in it. It's a non-attack, so for any reason you're making like embodiments, things like that. But I think as a generic, it should always be something you think about. I already have my playset. I'm not saying this is something as good as like Sound the Alarm. I think that's something you should 100% just have a playset of because it will be good one day. This has seen play in the past, and I think it could see play in the future. For Majestic, at this price is not too bad, but it's okay if you don't want to get it. I mean, it's a pretty slow card, and honestly, Flesh and Blood is so fast right now, I'm not sure if this will see play in the future again. The extended art, if you want to pay like $60 extra just so you can see the tablecloth, we got copies for 60, 70, slowly going to 75 and 80. I would avoid the EA, but the regular one I would definitely keep an eye on, just because generics are so good in this game. Weakest link, I think this is the lowest I've seen it in a while. Even the graph kind of represents that. I'm used to this being like a $60 card, so seeing it at 30 is pretty interesting. I think if you don't have it, really think about when is the next big event that you're gonna need this. I'm not saying this is gonna get reprinted in pen, but it is one of those generics that I know LSS kind of has on their list of maybe we reprint this if it gets crazy. Like I said, $30 is not bad, especially when I'm so used to this card being 60. The rainbow foils, wow. Rainbow foils for 36, 36, 36, 38, 40. Yeah, not bad at all. Never financial advice. If you want to pick this up while it's low, definitely can, but it's kind of tough. I don't think a lot of heroes are really running their no blocks. Like maybe Kayo, maybe Dash IO, but really, we're not like in the MST meta where, Zen had the 9 cheese that couldn't block. And it's not like Dash IO and KO can't block. They have crazy armor, so they can pretty much cover this up pretty easily. But as a generic 2 for 6, I do think it's worth, thinking about picking up if you don't have them. Make your own decisions. Levels of Enlightenment. I think we're getting a Mystic set soon enough, maybe sometime within next year. This Majestic is pretty low for such a powerful card. Essentially $6 for the non-foil. We have a couple rainbow foils here, closer to 7. When you're doing levels of enlightenment, it just feels crazy, especially when you get all 3 modes. If you're interested in Mystic Heroes and don't have this for any reason, don't think it's a bad pickup. The EA I probably wouldn't get, as you can get pretty much through two playsets, maybe even 7 copies of the card of the non-foils instead of one EA. But the EA is essentially running close to 40, yeah, 40 on the whole first page. I would just make sure I have my copies. If you want to swag them out, definitely do that. But I think Mystic will come back soon, and I think it's great to have these. I can definitely see these spiking as soon as they announce the new Mystic set. Double Trouble Blue has been going absolutely crazy. I think this is one of those cases where a blue card can give you the rate of a red. And this also works really well with contract cards. If you give one of your contract cards Go Again, and then you resolve Double Trouble and banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, you will most likely fulfill that contract 2 more times. So I think it's pretty strong for a blue. It's looking like the non-foils are essentially $3 to $4. And then the rainbow foil, there's only 5 on the market. 4, 5, 7, and then it goes to 20. Don't buy this from Kevin's quality card. $20 is a little outrageous. But guys, go look through your bulk. Part the Mistveil, Haunted, Rosetta. Throughout time, as we stop opening these sets, people need these cards that just haven't been around to draft the set. It doesn't have like a bunch of boxes that they opened. And there can be some nice little gems in here. So, Double Trouble, definitely go look through your bulk. All copies are basically up. Arcanite Fortress, I'm not sure why this is spiking. I think I got mine for like $15 around the time Rosetta came out. Now I'm seeing it at like 44, slowly going to 50. Let me know, guys. Why is this spiking like crazy? And what's also crazy is the difference from 40 to 65 is not that big. If you're gonna buy a Arcanite Fortress, it might be better to get the extended art cold foil. As you know, LSS has a reprint policy. They don't reprint cold foils. And I mean, you get to look at this man. He just looks cool. Like, I just like the way he looks. I hope one day we get him as a playable hero. Not bad for 66, slowly going to 70. They're pretty close in non-foil in the EA, so if you're interested in picking one up, definitely think about what you would rather have. If you want to pay a little bit extra, or if you just want to save some money. Arcanite Skullcap from Arcane Rising, pretty much $50, $60. This could just be Lyeth hype. Maybe people are just buying both of these because Lyeth plays it. Let's see the crazy cold foils. Yeah. 825, 975. Last sold was 700. Yeah. We're not buying first edition. And then the reprint for $40, I think it might be better off just getting the rainbow foil. I personally like how the rainbow foil legendaries look, and they're pretty close in price. So, young Kayo Marvel, for all the Silver Age marbles that have been going crazy, I actually think Kayo could easily be the best deck in the format. He's still doing crazy numbers. He still has Bear Fang and Wild Ride. And I think the Young Marvel is pretty cheap, pretty much $20, slowly going to 25. Definitely not a bad pickup, especially if you're looking to play KO in Silver Age. Run Roughshod, the Armory deck KO exclusive, running you about 12, $13. Rainbow Foil is closer to 14. If you don't have this, I would wait. I think there's a big chance this is getting reprinted in the Silver Age KO deck. This is a rare, so it is legal for playing Sage. So I would hold off. Don't buy them just yet. I think this is definitely going to get reprinted. We should be able to see soon enough in the keynote. Hopefully, they give us some more details about what's going to be in those Sage decks. Savage Sash from the Armory deck, pretty much $33 more or less. And then we got the Gem Pack reprint, $30, slowly more listings for 35, and these are just going to keep getting opened. If you want a Savage Sash, not a bad time to get it. I don't even know. I think I kind of like this one more. The other one definitely has a really cool vibe, but this one, I like that you can see the man's face. I think it'll get cheaper, but this is not a bad time to pick it up for 30 when I think Savage Stash for the longest time was like a $50 card. Buying one for 30, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. But if you just want to wait till it's really cheap, you're not in a rush to get this, I would hold out. As I always say with the gem packs, just wait till the season of jetpack is close to done or almost done. That's usually the best time to buy it, but sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes you gotta make your own decisions. The Armory deck KO is still $1 billion. I mean, for some reason, the Might tokens is S3. This got reprinted, and Run Roughshot I think will get reprinted soon. Don't think it's worth buying this anymore. I mean, if Run Roughshot's in the Sage deck, you could probably just buy two Sage decks, get your playset of Run Roughshot. The only other thing that's really unique from here is Strength Rules All, but KO already has so many CNC like cards. I don't think you need to be running this. Humble kind of got bought out from outsiders, so has a little bit of value, but I don't think it's worth buying the KO Armory deck. I mean, you do get a nice amount of stuff and a pretty close to competitive Armory deck, but I think with the Run Roughshot reprint, it's time to just wait till we get the Silver Age decks. I'm pretty sure it'll be reprinted there, but I could be wrong. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, leave that like button, click that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments if you're going to be at Worlds. Peace.